So Olivia, what benefits do broadcaster collaboration deliver in the UK market when it comes to advanced advertising?
So I think that the biggest one for me at the moment, and probably for everyone that you've posed this question to, is CFlight. The industry keenly awaits the launch this year. There's a huge amount of excitement around it, and rightly so. It's one of the largest developments in measurement across the UK broadcast industry for many, many years. And it has been designed directly to answer that clear need from advertisers to deliver this total TV view of audience reach and frequency. But I think what I've found most interesting in the last year or so is how transparent that project has become. When you listen to Lucy, Martin, and Glenn from Sky, Channel 4, and ITV respectively, you can see that collaboration. They represent it. They clearly sort of represent the teams that have to embody it. It's a huge undertaking, and clearly the work is very hard. But I think that's, that collaboration is really starting to come through, and it's exciting. The collaboration doesn't end there just with the broadcasters and the sort of industry bodies that are involved. The agencies have started to become very involved and very collaborative in that process. They are the ones who've been delivering this message on behalf of their clients for so long. And they get to be involved in shaping both the sort of the near term and future states of CFlight, and hopefully to pilot the program this year. So I think that's, the most obvious area of collaboration that feels like it's a real game changer. And I think as well, CFlight feels like it's created building blocks of a different type of collaboration and innovation among broadcasters. It's shown, hopefully then what they are capable of if they collaborate in the right areas, the areas that make sense. And importantly, perhaps what's at stake if they don't. And I think you've seen that in the partnership that was announced between Sky and ITV last year, that will enable ITV to deliver more addressable advertising through Planet V on more Sky platforms than ever before. And I think that you're going to start to see more of that, kind of new wave of collaboration between broadcasters.
So you talked a bit about the benefits of collaboration when it comes to improving measurement. There's obviously lots of talk about measurement. It's a very hot topic in the industry at the moment. Why is improving measurement so important to unlock some of these new opportunities that both broadcasters and advertisers are so interested in?
I mean, I think it helps support clearly investment from brands and advertisers. And Finecast definitely have invested, for a long time now in solving that measurement conundrum for their advertisers. It's something that, every business is committed to, but they've committed to research. They have a incredibly sophisticated integration with Audience Project. They understand how important it is. But I think they've also made addressable more accessible for new to TV advertisers. And you've seen that in, they've been very vocal about that last year and this year. But I think generally, you've seen last year and in the last few years, you've seen better data-enabled opportunities, whether that's more dynamic targeting solutions or activating clean data set strategies with the likes of InfoSum and their partnership with some of the broadcasters. I think you've seen faster activation of budgets. And, the last 2 years has created more speed and flexibility in TV than ever before, whether that's different points of entry, some notable programmatic platform integrations with broadcasters, or, shorter deadlines for AB deadlines for agencies and clients. And I think with that speed and flexibility comes a much greater opportunity for innovation in the space as well.
So as well as upgrading measurement, traditional measurement, there's a lot of talk at the moment in the market about new metrics, most obviously about attention, for example. Do you think new metrics like attention have a role to play going forwards?
Yeah, I think they absolutely have a role. And I'll admit that, I'm in the early days of my own education about attention and what it really means for our industry. But I think first and foremost, it creates a fantastic opportunity for agencies in particular to be that subject matter expert to their clients. It is one of many metrics, and understanding how to use cost per attentive seconds measure as a metric amongst all the others that they have at their disposal, and really helping clients to understand the value of each part of their plan. But I suppose looking at the research, the fact that no other media commands the level of attention that TV does still today confirms really what we already know and believe about TV and its power to reach audiences and still get their attention.
So with so many new services coming into the market at the moment, obviously there's a lot of talk about redefining television. We've come a very long way, obviously, from TV being a simple one-way broadcast medium. How do you define TV today? What is it, and what is it becoming?
So TV is all encompassing. It's linear, it's BVOD, it's AVOD, SVOD, the acronyms, you could go on. But I think TV is still seen in so many ways as traditional media, but for many people in the industry, and I think for people outside of the industry as well, for consumers, it doesn't feel very traditional today. It feels faster, it feels broader, much broader than linear. It feels more data enabled, more technology enabled, more flexible. And as for sort of new services, there is plenty of demand and consumer appetite and room for new players in the market. But, as always, content and the user's experience are still going to be really important in sort of in defining, each service's place and role and ultimately their success.
So a final question then. Obviously, all of this change has interesting implications for advertising creativity. We can obviously do a lot more with creative today than we used to be able to do with. How does creativity need to adapt to take advantage of this new ecosystem? What does it really mean for brands looking to communicate messaging to their viewers and audiences that they're looking to target?
I think creativity does need to adapt, and I think it will. For many brands, it already is, to be honest. Whether it's dynamic creative opportunities that you're going to see more of that come to fruition this year, or bespoke creative based on targeting a specific audience, a location, a device. You can only execute on these sort of pockets of innovation. It's only possible with the right creative and the right message. So I think that the adaptation is already there. I think creative is already meeting those opportunities head on, because it has to.